Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. So Mark Cerny had an interview with Wired magazine back in April, and ever since then the hype for the PS5 has been huge. Today we're going to be talking about everything that we know so far. Let's go. So far we know that the PS5 is going to be so powerful it's going to trounce the PS4 Pro and make the Xbox One X look like it was yesterday's news. So the CPU that's going to be in the PS5 is going to be an AMD Zen 2 Ryzen. It's going to be head and shoulders above the PS4's aging Jaguar processor. It's going to make some big differences and it's going to help when they use the GPU with it. The GPU that's going to be in the PS5 is going to be an AMD Navi GPU. There's not a lot that we know about it yet, but we do know it's going to be a graphical powerhouse. With this, the PS5 is to support 8K visuals. Now I don't think it's going to be 8K native, I think it's definitely going to be upscaled to 8K, but how impressive does that sound? I know we don't have many 8K TVs on the market yet, and it's definitely not in people's household to have one, but eventually we will get there. As well as that, they've talked about ray tracing, a big feature this time around, and I think it's going to be standard across all games. Eventually, when people realise it's going to be in there, going to start developing games, everything will have it. Games are going to be a massive improvement straight away overall. My favourite comment based on everything that's been said so far is the CEO of AMD, Lisa Su. She said that the AMD is going to have some special sauce in it. Just gets me more and more excited every time I hear it. A very, very exciting thing this time around is the fact that the PS5 is going to have an SSD. And we're not talking about off-the-shelf SSD. I'm thinking it might be on the line with M.2 SSD. So they did a demonstration where it was loading Spider-Man on a PS4 Pro. It took 8 seconds to load up. The PS5 dev kits absolutely blew it away. Loaded around 5 or 6 times in the one time that it took the PS4 Pro to load up the same scene. 0.8 seconds to load up a massive screen like that. Can you imagine the capabilities for the games? No loading screens at all. And on that, Sony released a brand new patent recently which showed that they were trying to eliminate loading screens completely. Can you imagine going into an open world game with no loading screens at all? The size of the SSD, I think they really need to put some focus on this. They need to go with a minimum of a 1 terabyte minimum. Thinking about it now, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for PS4, you're looking at 80, 90 gig for the game. And games are only going to get bigger, more powerful, more visually stunning. So game sizes and file size is going to go even more bigger. So it definitely needs to be 1 terabyte minimum. It would be nice to go for a 2 terabyte, but I don't think with the cost implications of it, it's going to be possible at all. A very exciting thing this time is backwards compatibility. Sony have realised that people want backwards compatibility, and they've said that it should be backwards compatibility with all PS4 games. They've even a lot of patents to trying to show that it could improve PS4 games to play on PS5. And another crazy feature is PS5 players will be able to play with PS4 players, so you can play with your friends if you want to make that leap to PS5 and your friends still want to stay at PS4 for the time being. Nothing has been said about PlayStation 1 to 3 games though. I know it's very difficult to code for the PS3 with the cell, made everything hard, but you never know, they might put some software emulation in there or some kind of coding development where they could do something. Maybe might change it, you might be able to get the full catalogue for PlayStation from day one to present day. Sony have also mentioned that the PlayStation VR is going to work with the PS5. They have no plans at the minute to make a version 2 of the PlayStation VR. Maybe that will come in the future. They have said they don't want to fill the market with brand new accessories. They want to lease the box and then we'll go from there. But if it's working with the PSVR that we've currently got, that is great. We know we can literally get rid of our PS4 Pros, get rid of our PS4s, and we can be happy and confident buying a PS5. We're going to have everything we need to be able to play previous games and current games. PlayStation Now. I don't know what they're going to do with that. They definitely need to keep going forward with the announcement of Stadia, and Microsoft are planning on something as well. It's definitely going cloud gaming. I don't think we're at the age where it needs to be done yet. It will get there eventually. PlayStation now is doing good things at the minute. There's plenty of titles on there. I think it's 600 titles. They made a good choice, still able to download the games onto your hard drive. In my area, 3 megabytes per second is what I achieve. In America and certain places in big cities, you can get a lot more, but streaming for me, it would, if gaming went to that, it literally would take me out of the market, which is why Google Stadia, for me and my personal circumstances, it wouldn't be an option. I need a traditional box so I can play my games, download everything onto my box, and then we go with that. Sony have said they're going to stick with a disk drive this time round. It's becoming more and more apparent that discs are going out of the window. Maybe the PlayStation have said we're going to stick with disc. It keeps the used game market open, which definitely needs to happen. You need the stores to support the brand. And if the console's not going to be having discs, then you've instantly killed off the support from all your stores. And it will make lots of companies and lots of jobs at risk. So PS5 games. What do I think PS5 games are going to be launched on the title? Maybe not launched, but I definitely think that there's going to be certain titles that come along with the PS5. We are so close to getting our copies of Death Stranding and Cyberpunk. They have to go on the PS5. Yeah, they've talked about backwards compatibility. I do think the developers will bring a version out for the PS5 with ray tracing capabilities, make everything a lot better, a lot smoother. So any game that's recently out right now, I think that is going to go over to PS5. Mark Cerny did say that the price would be appealing. Considering all the technology that's in the console, I think Sony and Microsoft with their console will be losing some money for each one that's sold. But I'm aiming for around £400 to £500. But I think that's the benchmark with everything that's technology-wise has been said. I think that's where we'll be looking for a price. And one last thing, release date. Nothing's been said, but I do think late 2020 will be the date that the PS5 will be released. If it comes any earlier than that, I'd be very surprised. Anyway guys, that's it for today for the video. If there's anything that you think I've missed, please let me know. I hope you did like the video. Bye guys.